Throughout history, few figures have had as profound an impact as Jesus Christ. Central to Christianity, Jesus is also a subject of inquiry beyond religious belief, as historians and scholars seek to understand the reality of his existence. In this documentary, we will explore the historical and scientific evidence that supports the existence of Jesus. To understand the historical context of Jesus, we must first look at the world in which he lived. Born around 4 BCE in Bethlehem, Jesus lived during a time of great political and social upheaval under Roman rule. The Jewish population was wrestling with their identity, culture, and faith amid foreign domination. The primary sources of information regarding Jesus come from the New Testament, particularly the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. These texts, written within decades of Jesus' death, serve as both religious and historical documents. However, they are not the only accounts. Scholar. In addition to the New Testament, we have references to Jesus in writings by non-Christian sources. For example, the Jewish historian Flavius Josephus, writing in the 1st century, mentions Jesus in his work Antiquities of the Jews. He refers to Jesus as a wise man and the Christ, providing evidence of his existence and influence. Similarly, Tacitus, a Roman historian, wrote about Jesus in the context of the Great Fire of Rome in 64 CE. He refers to Christus and notes that he was executed under Pontius Pilate during the reign of Emperor Tiberius, corroborating the Gospel accounts. Archaeological evidence also plays a critical role in understanding the historical Jesus. Discoveries such as the Pool of Bethesda and the remains of ancient synagogues support the New Testament narratives about Jesus' life and ministry. Archaeologists, while we may not have direct evidence of Jesus himself, the artifacts and sites discovered provide a backdrop to the era in which he lived, validating the cultural and historical setting described in the Gospels. Regardless of individual belief, the impact of Jesus on history is undeniable. The rise of Christianity transformed societies, influenced art, philosophy, culture, and law. The sheer number of followers and the establishment of the Church lend credence to the idea that a significant figure inspired this movement. In recent years, scholars have employed a variety of methodologies to study the historical Jesus. The historical Jesus research movement seeks to distinguish the man from theological interpretations using criteria such as multiple attestation and contextual credibility. The existence of Jesus as a historical figure is supported by a consensus among historians. While debates continue regarding the details of his life and teachings, the notion that he lived and was crucified is widely accepted. The historical and scientific evidence surrounding Jesus Christ, while complex and multifaceted, paints a picture of a man who lived, influenced, and continues to inspire millions around the world. The inquiry into his existence is not merely a question of faith, but one of history, culture, and human experience. As we explore the past, we find that the legacy of Jesus Christ is woven into the very fabric of our history, challenging us to reflect on his life and the lessons it imparts.